from Newmarket, Aurora.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Health. Speaker, at its April 25th hearing into the Ornge scandal, the Public Accounts Committee heard from Lynn Golding, a partner and director of the Health Law Practice Group with Fasken Martineau Dumoulin, LLP. Ms. Golding testified under oath that she was one of a team of lawyers who provided advice to Ornge on a range of significant matters, including the 2005 performance agreement and its federal incorporation. Does the minister have any reason to believe that Ms. Golding would be anything but truthful in her sworn testimony?
Thank you. Minister of Health.
The Minister of Community and Social Services.
House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, as the Premier indicated, the Public Accounts
from the
Committee
P and Carleton, the member from Leeds-Grenville, come to order.
With the matter of Ornge, Mr. Speaker, there are hearings going on. They're hearing from witnesses. But if the honourable member wishes to conduct hearings on the floor of this legislature during question period, if he wants to talk about what Lynn Golding spoke about at committee, well then let's talk about Lynn Golding and the work that she did with Guy Journo, two of the most prominent Conservative lawyers in Canada. And here is the advice that they have provided to Chris Mazza. They said that it was fine to refuse putting his $1.4 million salary on the Sunshine List, and he followed that advice, Mr. Speaker, and hid that salary. They told him that he didn't have to cooperate with the Auditor General, and they did not. He told them how to create they told him how to create the web of for-profit entities, and he followed it.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the government House Leader fails to tell the total truth. The fact is,
the member will withdraw.
the fact of the matter is that Ms. Golding also advised Ornge.
You must stand and withdraw.
Withdraw.
Carry on.
The fact of the matter is that Ms. Golding, if the House Leader was willing to go just a bit further in reading those transcripts, also said that they advised Ornge to disclose those salaries. I would like to know this. According to Ms. Golding, it was very clear that the federal incorporation in no way interfered with the Minister of Health intervening at Ornge. In fact, she told the committee that 5 public hospitals in Ontario had the identical federal incorporation. Why did the minister not act? Is it because she didn't know the truth, or that she was misled by her?
Government House Leader.
What did Guy Journo say? Mr. Speaker, as I've indicated before, I will take the word of the Auditor General of Ontario, an officer of this legislature, over that of a lawyer who told Chris Mazza how to hide his $1.4 million salary. What did the Auditor General have to say at his March 21st press conference, Mr. Speaker? He said, and I quote, "The performance agreement was weak and it was not adequate and it needed to be significantly strengthened. The ministry has stepped in and taken concrete actions." In the Auditor General's report itself, he says on page 12, and I quote, "The performance agreement has only 2 specific and measurable response time requirements relating to requests for air ambulance services. The additional corporate entities that Ornge unilaterally created were not covered by the performance agreement." Mr. Speaker, the Auditor General found weaknesses with the performance agreement, significant weaknesses which have been addressed by the Minister of Health and are going to be addressed through Bill 50.
Final supplementary.
I really wish the House Leader would attend those meetings so that he would know precisely what's going on there, because he doesn't have the full context, and he's letting people here know partially what has happened there. That is not being forthright. What we heard at that committee, Speaker, is that the ministry took some 10 months to negotiate that contract. It was headed up by Dennis Brown, the lead ministry negotiator. And that agreement imposed some 15 pages of covenants on Ornge on which the ministry could have acted at any time to intervene at Ornge. Those were the facts that were given to the committee. I'd like to know from the minister, was she aware of those 15 pages of covenants Did she stand in this place and say she had no authority because she really believed that, or was she misled by her own ministry?
Be seated, please. Thank you. Government House Leader.
Again, Mr. Speaker, page 16 of the Auditor General's report. The performance agreement does not allow the Ministry to recover any unspent air ambulance funding. Page 16, the performance agreement does not entitle the Ministry to access the books and records of any of the entities that Ornge directly controls. Mr. Speaker, there were serious weaknesses in terms of the oversight of Ornge. The Minister of Health has taken action to fix it. But the final piece of the puzzle, Mr. Speaker, is Bill 50. And when we brought it up for debate yesterday, Mr. Speaker, what did that member and his party do? They rang the bells in an irresponsible, childish manner. Mr. Speaker, it's time they stood up and joined with us to pass Bill 50 and make sure that we bring forward the types of reforms that will address the problems that have been faced by Ornge.
Thank you.